months, my husband cheated on me with our much younger neighbor, initiated the divorce, and is marrying her soon. Both me and my husband are 46, together for a decade. We have 2 children. He climbed the corporate ladder, a very intelligent man and ambitious like no one I ever met. He became the director of the whole company, hundreds of people under him. With every year, however, and every promotion, he became more arrogant, confident, uptight, stern, strict, demanding, and demeaning. He didn't treat the people very well. He raised his voice often. He had a dictator style. He even made a 23-year-old girl cry, a new hire. Because of this, we often had conflicts. I work in the same place. He didn't bring me there. We met there. But I do not report to him. I report to the headquarters. I saw how mean he can be and how intimidating. He wants those goals met and doesn't care how much pressure he puts on the people. I often call him out. I don't keep quiet. If he raises his voice at me, which he does often, I raise my voice back at him and put him in his place. He might be the big boss at work. At home, he is a husband and a father. And I found out that he's been having an affair with our neighbor, a 30-year-old woman who is all a man could dream of. Waist-long hair, slim, has big breasts, soft-spoken, beautiful. It had been going on for around 3 months. Her explanation was, to another neighbor, that he acts like she always wanted her father to act. Her father was a lazy, chronically unemployed alcoholic who made her ashamed of herself. My husband was her ideal masculine man. Tall, slim, clean-cut, blue eyes, and someone who can take control. Quotes because I saw she sent a text to my neighbor that said this. Husband told me that he wanted her because she was what he wanted a wife to be. To listen to him actively, understand, cook for him. I did cook for all of us, but not daily. Spoil him. I was against him, he said, and aligned with those lazy subordinates of his. Also, he wanted more children, and I was too old. He initiated the divorce and was told he's marrying her. I met her at a grocery store yesterday, and she waved at me like she's a winner. And meanwhile, I found out she was somewhat of a town's bicycle. Town's bicycle is crazy. So he wants a submissive wife, and you are a bad bitch, feminist. I don't know if you're a feminist, but you sound like it, because that is exactly what you should be doing. Like speaking up to your husband because he's treating other people like shit and going against him for treating other people like shit. Yeah, that would be all I would wish for if I had a boss that was like this man. I would be like, oh, I wonder if his wife just lets like him be however he is, or if she actually sticks up for us and tries to make him not be such a dick. Also, ew, he acts the way she always wanted her father to act is crazy. I mean, I know that there's that phenomenon where you're like, look for your father in a partner. And I do see that happen a lot. And like it could be even bad traits too. Like not even, well, I guess that's the opposite of what she's saying. She's saying that he's the opposite of what her father was. So I guess this does not apply at all. But it's just weird that she's saying like her father. Like, what do you mean? You're not dating your father. You should say that this is how you always wanted a partner to act and what you always wanted in a partner, not compare him to your father. Like, that's actually so scary to me. And he's gonna be miserable and he's not gonna treat her well, and obviously I don't wish that on this girl, but he is obviously an asshole, and I feel bad for, obviously OP I feel very bad for, but this girl is gonna be treated like shit as well and be under him because he clearly looks at everyone like they're under him. And I hate the fact that, like, it really pisses me off because I always think about how, like, there are so many people in the world that deserve so much money and deserve so many good things to like happen to them, and they deserve to be like the CEO of a company, or they deserve to be like a multimillionaire, and they're not. But meanwhile, there's these absolute arrogant asshole dicks that end up at the top of a company, like thinking they're the best person alive. And it's like, sir, please calm down. You're actually disgusting me. Okay, someone said, she's the winner to that train wreck. Rebuild your life and live it. Enjoy the alimony and child support. Agreed, OP should thank the neighbor for taking Mr. Asshole off of her hands. She might actually find someone that appreciates her now, right? She basically did OP a favor. She thinks she won, but she really just signed up to deal with his ego and temper. OP dodges a lifelong headache. I doubt that Miss Airhead Bike would understand the sarcastic undertones. Wait, so does a bicycle mean that she, like, gets around or what? But, like, that's how I took it. Like, she gets around. Like, she's a little... Okay, let's see. What does it mean to call a girl a bicycle? I feel like that makes sense. A woman who is promiscuous. A town bicycle. Not me hearing the beeping and the beeping to my front door when, like, people put the passcode in. I just heard a beep outside and I thought that someone was trying to get in. I literally almost pooped my pants. Okay, so that's what it means. I love context clues. Yep, a bicycle and a sheep. She won a life under his thumb while he makes big alimony and child support payments. She can have that, man. She will be controlled, which is why she's the perfect person for him. I'm glad you stuck up for yourself. You'll be the one who will be blessed at the end of the day. So sorry this happened, but it may turn out to be a great big favor for you. Best wishes to you. OP said, we have 2 sons and they still don't understand. Our oldest is 12 and I had to take him to a therapist because he's in depression. Aww. Well, I'm glad you took him to a therapist because that's all you could really ask for as a mother with someone with a kid that has, like, depression, or even just noticing symptoms of depression and noticing, like, anything mentally off with your child is just, like, so important to get them to a therapist or, like, get them to a psychiatrist. Yeah, I feel like I've talked about my experience with, like, mental health a lot. Also, wait, sorry, before I start talking about that, I wanted to say that this person on Spotify is commenting on every single post where I talk about how I love animals. It could be like, it's nothing to do with food or anything like that. I could literally just say I love animals so much and, like, I love my cats. They will comment and say, you don't love animals because you're not a vegan. Literally every single time I say anything about loving or respecting animals, or, like, anything about crying over animals, every single time. It's actually so annoying. It literally is so annoying. I'm like, am I pissing you off that much saying that I love animals? It's actually insane. Also, I was a vegetarian for 7 years, not a vegan. I was vegan for like a year, maybe a little under a year, but I was a vegetarian for 7 years, and then, like, I also had an eating disorder. So I was not doing well health-wise, and it could probably mostly have been to do with my eating disorder, but I don't like to, like, blame it on vegetarianism, but I was vegetarian because I love animals and I really wanted to, like, help the environment being a vegetarian. But vegetarianism was a way to, like, feed my eating disorder as well. It was an easy way for me to be like, oh, I can't eat that because I'm a vegetarian. Oh, I can't eat this, I'm a vegetarian. Or whenever I would go out to eat, like, it would limit me a lot so that no one around me thought, like, oh, she's not, like, eating, or so that me personally, for my own, like, eating disorder brain, that I wasn't overeating or getting something that I would overeat, because most options at a restaurant for vegetarians are not, like, it's going to be vegetables or, like, a salad or something. So that was a part of, like, my eating disorder brain, and that really fueled my eating disorder, was being a vegetarian and having so many restrictions, and that made it a lot easier for me to indulge in my eating disorder. And I started to losing my hair. Like, my hair started coming out in clumps. And so I slowly introduced fish back into my diet. And then I decided to just fully stop being a vegetarian after 7 years of being a vegetarian, and thinking that I was going to go my entire life never eating meat again. Because, again, I did do it truly for the aspect of the animals and the environment. But at the end of the day, like, it just wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't healthy for my brain, restriction, and it wasn't healthy because I was literally starting to lose my hair and I had no energy, and it just wasn't, I just wasn't doing it right. Like, I know that there's a way that you can do it right, but when, like, I feel like when you have an eating disorder, you have to be really careful about diets and things like that because it can trigger that super easily. Like, I'm not super triggered, but I find myself being triggered not as often. I feel like I've worked through it a lot with my eating disorder, but I will get triggered like with certain things. If someone says something to me like that's like not healthy, if someone says that I'm eating something unhealthy or something for like no reason, I find myself getting very triggered by that. That makes me like want to just, I don't know. And obviously they could just be not thinking anything of it, but it's like that makes me want to be like defensive to them and be like, okay, you're telling me you eat, like, that makes me want to say something mean to them. Be like, you eat healthy every single day of your life? No, I don't think so. So yeah, that like triggers me. Certain things trigger me. Like sometimes when I don't know, just a lot of things trigger me. I'm not going to say everything that triggers me, but yeah, vegetarianism unfortunately did trigger me a lot with restricting and saying I can't eat this, I can't eat that, and it helped a lot. Not helped, like in a bad way it helped because I was able to restrict myself. But anyways, I thought that was so crazy. I'm on the verge of blocking this person because they're annoying me every single time. And then they'll comment something nice on the next video and be like, oh my God, like blah, blah, blah. And then they'll comment on the next video, you're not a vegan. You don't respect animals. You don't love animals. I'm like, dude, can you get out of my comments? Like, you're actually so annoying. You don't know people's life, their backstory, their health. Like, not everyone can be a vegan. Not everyone is able to be a vegan, whether it be for mental health or just health reasons. Like, you don't know what if I had like a disease or an autoimmune disorder or something. You don't know me. You don't know my health. So that's crazy to be commenting that all over people's, like constantly commenting that. I understand if you want to say that once, but to be constantly commenting that over and over again is just wild to me. But also, someone asked me to talk about my mental health journey with like getting on medicine, and I feel like I've talked about that a lot, and I don't want to like repeat myself because I definitely feel like I have. But maybe I'll make a video and post it on my personal vlog channel about that because I do feel like I've talked about my mental health journey and me getting on medicine a lot, like repetitively on this podcast over and over again. So I don't want to like repeat myself again, but maybe I'll make a little mental health story time on my personal vlog channel, which is in the link in the description if you want to follow it. I put vlogs. There's no set schedule in there. I just vlog sometimes and post it randomly. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye. Storytime Society is now available on all listening platforms. If you are on any of those listening platforms, I would really appreciate it if you rated me 5 stars. Thanks for all the support. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.